Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All goes through Gopal and Guru Maharaj. Radhapir Mati, you can start Mati whenever you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, Danvat Pranam, Prabhupada Gurudev. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namastutya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Avadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhakti Bhavati Naishtiki. Today we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 16, the two doorkeepers of Vaikunta, Jaya and Vijaya, cursed by the sages. Text 1. Lord Brahma said, after thus congratulating the sages for their nice words, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose abode is in the kingdom of God, spoke as follows. Text 2. The Personality of Godhead said, these attendants of mine, Jaya and Vijaya by name, have committed a great offense against you because of ignoring me. Text 3. O great sages, I approve of the punishment that you who are devoted to me have meted out to them. Text 4. To me, the Brahmana is the highest and most beloved personality. The disrespect shown by my attendants has actually been displayed by me because the doormen are my servitors. I take this to be an offense by myself. Therefore, I seek your forgiveness for the incident that has arisen. Text 5. A wrong act committed by a servant leads people in general to blame his master. Just as a spot of white leprosy on any part of the body pollutes all of the skin. Text 6. Anyone in the entire world, even down to the Kandala, who lives by cooking and eating the flesh of the dog, is immediately purified if the takes bath in hearing through the ear the glorification of my name, fame, etc. Now you have realized me without doubt. Therefore, I will not hesitate to lop off my own arm if it is conducted is found hostile to you. Text 7. The Lord continued, because I am the servitor of my devotees, my lotus feet have become so scared that they immediately wipe out all the sin, and I have acquired such a disposition that the goddess of fortune does not leave me, even though I have no attachment for her. While others prize her beauty and observe scared vows to secure from her even a slight favor. Text 8. I don't enjoy the oblations offered by the sacrificers in the sacrificial fire, which is one of my own mouths, with the same relish as I do the delicacies overflowing with the ghee, which are offered to the mouths of the Brahmanas who have dedicated to me the result of their activities and who are ever satisfied with my prasada. Text 9. I am the master of my unobstructed internal energy, and the water of the Ganges in the remnant left after my feet are washed. That water sanctifies the three worlds, along with the Lord Shiva, who base is on his head. If I can take the dust of the feet of the Vaishnava on my head, who will refuse to the same. Text 10. The Brahmanas, the cows, and the defenseless creatures are my own body. Those whose faculty of judgment has been impaired by their own sin look upon these as distant from me. They are just like furious serpents, and they are angrily torn apart by the bills of the vulture like messengers of Yamaraja, the superintendent of sinful persons. Text 11. On the other hand, they captivate my heart who are gladdened in heart and who their lotus faces and enlightened by nectarian smiles. Respect the Brahmanas even though the Brahmanas utter harsh words. They look upon the Brahmanas as my own shelf and pacify them by praising them in loving words, even as a son would appease an angry father, or as I am pacifying you. Text 12. These servants of mine have transgressed against you, not knowing the mind of their master. I shall be. Therefore, deem it a favor done to me if you order that. Although reaping the fruit of their transgression, they may return to my presence soon, and the time of their exile from my abode may expire before long. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much. I will stop here.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mataji. Harinam Kirtan Prabhu, whenever you're ready, you can start, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Prabhuji?
Voice not coming out so much, Prabhu, for me at least.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you can hear it, but it's feeble, but I can hear you. Yes, sir.
Better now or still?
Yes, bro. Good, Prabhu. Sorry. Yeah, I have to increase volume on my side there. Yeah.
Okay. ज्ञान चक्षुरुमित तस्मै श्री गुरु श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So we are reading from a very, very beautiful section of how the Jai Vijay has fallen from the Vaikuntha and came to the material world. So very, very beautiful section. So we have seen how the Chatushkumara has come to the gates of Vaikuntha, and how the Jai Vijay has treated them, and so they were not happy with them and cursing them. And then the current scenario is the Supreme Personality of Godhead is appearing at the gate of Vaikuntha to pacify the four Kumaras. So we are on that junction of the pastime. So we're reading from chapter 16 onwards. So Supreme Personality of Godhead is speaking from text 2 onwards in this 16th chapter. So as soon as the Jai Vijay has committed the mistakes and they have offended the Chatushkumaras, so the Lord comes and tells that these attendants, the Jai and Vijay, have committed an offense towards you because they have ignored you, they have not listened to you. So they have committed a blunder, and these are my attendants. So I'm there to be ask forgiveness on their behalf because I'm their master. So this is how Lord is coming up in the front. Any servants does any mistakes, any offense. So the Lord is not just okay, these are your mistake or chastising them like that. A master himself coming up telling that these are my attendants and they have done the mistake, so we seek forgiveness. So Srila Prabhupada writes very beautifully in the purport that the first offense, to blossom the devotee who dedicated their life of proclaiming the holy names of the Lord, or to commit an offense to a devotee of the Lord is a great wrong. It's a really great wrong. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also says, two things which are very, very crucial in our bhakti is chant Hare Krishna and don't commit offenses towards devotee, or don't criticize devotee particularly. So we don't want to be a very famous devotee, don't want to be expert in Kirtan, lectures, Sanskrit shloka. It's good. It's good to learn all this thing which the Lord has given us. But if these things give a pride in our own heart and to motivate us to become a famous devotee or a great devotee, then there is something wrong. These are the weeds of bhakti. These are very wrong things. So it's very, very important that whatever the junction of bhakti life we are in, we respect devotees, we love devotees, who, however small or big a devotee is chanting Hare Krishna, he is a devotee. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also says the three definitions of Vaishnava. So we have seen that whoever has even uttered the names of Krishna, we should respect. And there are devotees who are chanting and dedicated their life. How can we commit an offense towards them or criticize them, knowingly or unknowingly? Srila Prabhupada also writes that even if living entity is promoted to Vaikuntha, there could be a chance that he may commit some offense. But the difference is, if the offense is committed in Vaikuntha planet, even though the offense is committed, still the Lord will protect that particular devotee. So these are the dealings of the Lord. So this all pastimes, very, very important to see how the Lord is dealing with his own devotees, how sensitive Lord is, and how Lord is fine-tuning the consciousness or the finer reciprocations. We'll see that more. I remember a famous example of Durvasa Muni also in this context. He also committed an offense, towards Amrish Maharaj. He is a great sadhu, or a kind of expansion of Lord Shiva, having all the mystic siddhis in his hand. Who can be a bigger yogi than him? And he has committed an offense to Amrish Maharaj, and he was running around all over the planets, and because Sudarshan is behind him. So we can see how, committing an offense is how dangerous it is. Also, the purport, Srila Prabhupada quotes the example of Haridas Thakur, that Haridas Thakur, being a Mohammedan by birth, and he was not allowed to enter the temple. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu considers he was the greatest Hindu in his behavior. And Lord Chaitanya, who is non-different from Jagannath, he used to come and sit with Haridas Thakur daily. And so this is how is the behavior of the Lord. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada also writes that Lord was accompanied by the goddess of fortune. So he didn't come alone. Mother Lakshmi was also there. And so Lord is so kind to his devotee that he did not aspire for such an honor. He appeared before them with the goddess of fortune. So in the text 3 onwards, text 3, Lord is, whatever the curse they have given, Lord is approving their punishment, that, oh Brahmanas, whatever you have told, it will be true. And I approve the punishment. Text 4. Now in this, text 4 is very crucial. Lord is revealing his own heart. He's telling towards his devotee that what he loves the most. And he tells that to me, the Brahmana is the highest. So who is the Brahmana? The devotees, they are the highest to me. And any disrespect shown by my attendance, that actually has shown by me. So he's taking the, he's considered I am responsible for the mistake of my own attendance. So I am the responsible. And these dormants, Jai Vijay, are my servitor, and this is my offense. Therefore, I seek your forgiveness. Now we can see here, a Supreme Lord, Lord of Vaikuntha, he has everything. He's going and seeking forgiveness from his own devotees, Shri Maharaj. This just shows, Lord is so much merciful actually. So merciful. How can a Supreme Lord, even though he has not done mistake, his servant has done mistake. He is taking the blame on himself. Nobody wants to take blame or criticism, right? He is taking on himself and seeking forgiveness. So it's very important in our life also, wherever, however great, big, accomplished people, devotee we become, we should be ready to, seek forgiveness if we commit some offense even to a simple devotee. Lord is not behind all this accomplished. Lord is simply behind our simple devotion, the simplicity of our heart, the loving feelings of our heart. Yeah. Lord is attracted by those very much. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes that Lord is always in the favor of Brahmanas and cow. So go Brahmana hitaya cha. So cows and Brahmanas are very, very dear to the Lord. And then Srila Prabhupada tells that who is Brahmana and who is Vaishnava. So Srila Prabhupada tells us a Brahmana is not a person who is just born in the family of Brahman but perform all the activities, all the wrong activities. Therefore, those are not the Brahmanas. So Brahmana means a Vaishnava, and Vaishnava means a Brahmana. So Brahmana means who understood the Brahman. So if there is something called Brahman Janati Brahmana. So a person, Brahmana, has understood the Brahman, is called Brahman. And Vaishnava is one who has understood the personality of Godhead. So that is a real definition, Vaishnava versus Brahmana. So Brahman realization is the beginning of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It's the beginning realization, and understanding the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the complete realization. One who understands the personality of Godhead also knows the impersonal feature of Supreme, which is Brahman. Therefore, one who becomes a Vaishnava is already a Brahman. So Srila Prabhupada is telling the difference between Brahmana and a Vaishnava. Text 5 onwards. Yeah, so in this text 5, Lord is telling that again the similar theme that if offense is committed by the servants, generally the master has to blame. And an example of the white leprosy is being given, that the way it is on any part of the body, but eventually it pollutes all the skins. So again, Srila Prabhupada write very, very, very small but very beautiful purport here. Srila Prabhupada writes, anyone who has become a Vaishnava has developed all the godly qualities of demigods. So there are 26 qualities of Vaishnavas. So whoever has become a devotee or a Vaishnava, he all the 26 qualities comes and manifest in the devotee. And a devotee should always see that his Vaishnava quality increase with the advancement of his Krishna consciousness. So this is also called abhushan or our abhushan. What do you call abhushan in the English? Ornaments. So these Vaishnava qualities are the ornaments. So let me put my charger to the laptop. There is no charger. Yeah, sorry. So there are 26 qualifications. A devotee should be blameless because any offense come by a devotee is a scare on Supreme Personality of Godhead. So these are the dealings. So therefore, the devotee should be always conscious in his dealings with others, especially with another devotee of the Lord. So that is a warning Srila Prabhupada is telling, that we should be very conscious when we deal with devotees. These devotees are not an ordinary devotees. So Krishna has given the sangha of these devotees in our life. We have to honor that very lovingly and respectfully, and never fight with them, never have any bad feelings with them. These devotees will only come to our help when we are in difficulty, when we are going to die. These devotees who are surrounding us, they will only come, they will only chant for us, they will only tell us some Bhagavatam, they will put Tulsi Patra on our mouth, they will put all the dust of Vrindavan and other place on our body. So these devotees will only help us. So we should never take these devotees very lightly. These devotees are the greatest asset in our life, because they are giving us the association of the Lord Himself. They are manifesting all the 26 qualities, all the abhushan, all the qualities. So often said, the ladies does the sola singar, different type of things she put on her body to make her beautiful, attractive. Similarly, a devotee also develop this Vaishnava quality on himself, and that attracts the Lord and all the people actually. So these are very, very good. We can read those 26 quality of Vaishnava. There is one book also I've read long time back, 26 quality of Vaishnava. I don't know, maybe Sachinand Maharaj or Mahanidhi Maharaj. I don't remember, but very nice book. Text 6. Text 6 is very, very crucial, very important. So Lord Himself is now telling that even a person like Chandala is a person who is the eating meat of a dog. That person is called Chandala. So even the Chandala, he's hearing the pastime of the Lord, Nam, Rupa, Gun, Leela, Krishna's name, Krishna's beauty, Krishna's pastime, Krishna's quality. Even a Chandala is hearing through the ear all the glorification of the Lord, and they will realize me without doubt. So Lord is giving guarantee, foolproof guarantee, that even a such person will hear, they will be purified, they will be fully question of consciousness, they will be liberated. And I'll not hesitate to lop off my own arm of its conductive form hostile to you. So Lord is ready to do anything, lop off his own arms. Who will tell that I'm ready to do anything? So in this verse, the power of glories of the Lord is emphasized. So the Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu, the very important limb of bhakti is Shravanam. Tava Katha Amritam, Tapta Jivanam, Shravana Mangalam. So the Shravan Mangal is Shravan. If we hear, if we bathe our consciousness with these words, with these Acharya's commentaries, with Srimad Bhagavatam, these Shravanam can purify our own heart. Speaking is okay, speaking is not so crucial, but hearing is very much glorified. Hearing, bathing our consciousness with that is highly, highly glorified. So glories of Shravanam and its power. In this text, there is a word used called Soham. So Yasya Mritamala, Yasya Shravana Vagaha, Sadhya Punoti Jagad Aswa Pachad Vikuntha. Soham Bhavadhavya. So its word used Soham. So many people this do some kind of meditation and use this word Soham. So the meaning of Soham, that person, I am that person, So this comes from Srimad Bhagavatam. I am he, I am that. So people connect with some impersonalist idea. So we can see the correct understanding here. Another thing, Srila Prabhupada writes in this purport, even if a person is not well behaved, sometimes it's happened, even in our devotee community, even if we are not well behaved. But if the devotee has taken Krishna consciousness, we should consider the person to be saintly. And we should always give the benefit of doubts. Always give the benefit of doubt. And all these devotees, even momentarily or sometime, they exhibit different behavior or different mellows, or something, something like that. We shouldn't take to our own hearts. We should consider that everybody is advancing in their Krishna consciousness. Everybody is getting purified, and they are also devotees of the Lord. And very soon they will become the pure devotees of the Lord. So we should be like that. We shouldn't criticize this devotee did like this devotee did this. This devotee is not listening. This devotee is like this. So we should be very, very careful when we criticize. We should glorify, even though a particular person has fault, still we should try to glorify. We should, if we see the faults of other, those faults are lying on our own self. Very, very, so only authority can or a very good friend can only point it out our own faults and everything. Otherwise, this open criticism should not be done in the assembly of devotees. We should glorify devotees. If we glorify devotees, those qualities will manifest in our own hearts. So that is the principle. So Srila Prabhupada writes, even if that person is engaged in this process of purification, and if he sticks to the principle of Krishna consciousness, he will very soon be fully purified. Very soon will be fully purified. So everybody is progressing, and everybody is going to get fully purified very soon. So Srila Prabhupada writes, the conclusion is that if one takes to Krishna consciousness all seriousness, he is to be understood as already purified, and Krishna is ready to give him all protection by all means. So this is how the Lord is telling that he is ready to cut off the part of his own body to give protection to his own devotees. Text 7. Now the Lord is telling that he is a servitor of his own devotee. This is a very, 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 very deep statement, actually. Very deep statement. That Lord, he is not considering himself that I am the Lord, I am the master, everybody should worship me, I am this and that. He is not considering like that to his own devotees. So Lord is personally telling, I am the servitor of my own devotees. So he is becoming the servant of his own devotees. And the devotee is always behind serving the Lord. This is the devotional mellow. This is the mood. I heard recently that a devotee, I don't know which verse was it, but a devotee doesn't have time to see Lord. A devotee is not interested in seeing the Lord. A devotee is interested in serving the Lord. So that is the mood. So no time to see the Lord. What do we do? We want to serve the Lord. So love means service. That's love means service. And this the relationship, the dynamics of love, of the servant relationship is very, very crucial. So we normally consider the love of the mother in this world is pretty topmost, very pure. So and here Lord's love is very, very there. Actually, he's there every time with us. His love is equivalent to more than millions and trillions of mothers' love. How much he loves his devotees, how much merciful he is. He's able to serve his own devotee. Like Bhakti Bandham, Rudantam, Muhur Netra, Yukam Jantam, Ram Bhoja Yukbena, no, Rudantam, Bhakti Bandham. He gets bound by the love of his devotees. And the example is Yashoda Maiya. The Lord gets bound by the love, by the efforts of Yashoda Maiya, how Yashoda Maiya was, bound to bind Krishna with the ropes. And similarly, we can see many examples in Srimad Bhagavatam, Mahabharata, Ramayana, like Arjuna, Lord became his chariot driver, to serve his own devotee, taking a humble role, serving him like this. Sudama, calling Sudama, to his own palace, washing his feet. Imagine a supreme Lord is doing such things. He's becoming servant of his own devotees, gopis, his own sakhas. So there are many examples like that Lord is exhibiting those things. So Srila Prabhupada writes, very, very important statement. I really love that statement. As the devotee thinks, that it is due to being a devotee of the Lord that he is elevated in all good qualities. So the Lord also thinks that it is because of his devotion to servitor that all his transcendental glories have increased. Oh my goodness. That is really very, very nice statement, that all the qualities in a devotee is of the Lord is elevated because he is a devotee of the Lord. Similarly, Lord also thinks like that because of the devotion to his servitor, all his glories have been increased. So Srila Prabhupada writes, a devotee is always anxious to render service to the Lord. So, similarly, the Lord is also anxious to render service to his own devotees. Wow, beautiful. So this is the love. Everybody wants to receive, service to one own self. But here, this is the mood. The devotee wants to render service to the Lord. And Lord also is anxious to render service to the Lord. So the Lord cannot tolerate any inconvenience on the part of a devotee, and he is called Bhakta Vatsal. I remember one other example of Haridas Thakur. He was beaten in 22 marketplaces. Externally he was beaten like anything. Such a tragic moment actually. A devotee of the Lord has been harassed and beaten in 22 marketplaces. But in the later conversation, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was telling that, oh Haridas, you remember you were beaten by the Lord, you were beaten by those people in the different marketplaces, 22 marketplaces. I have accepted all those beatings, and Lord Chaitanya shows his own back, and all that red scars were on his own body actually. Just imagine, Lord is himself covered the body of Haridas with his own, taken all those beatings, all those pain on his own body. So how merciful is the Lord, how much love he has for us. We can feel actually like that he is giving everything to us. Every moment he is the supplier, he is giving everything to us. How much he loves us. So we should also try to love him with all our heart, all our whatever we have. He is the most lovable person actually. He is the most. And also the example of Lakshmi ji is giving that many there are goddess of fortune that does not leave me, but I don't have any attachment for her. And there are so many people who are behind her beauty, and to get her favor, but but that devotee, that Lakshmi is always looking to serve the Lord. She is also serving to the Lord. Okay, we'll not take more time. Text 7 is done. Text 8. So Lord is telling that the prasadam, a devotee of the Lord is always accept the prasadam, and it's telling that Lord eats through the sacrificial fire and the Brahmana's mouth. So we should feed the devotees. We should give them prasadam. So by feeding those Brahmanas, those Vaishnava, it is directly going to the Lord. So Lord accept through the mouth of the Brahmanas. So the example of Advaita Acharya and Haridas Thakur is given in the Shraddha ceremony. Lord Advaita Acharya used to give the first meal to Haridas Thakur, and so the conclusion is that one should feed Brahmana Vaishnava, and it's better than performing hundreds of thousands of sacrifice. And Srila Prabhupada writes in the end that in this age of Kali Yuga, it is recommended two things. Srila Prabhupada writes that Harinam, the chanting of the holy names of the Lord, and pleasing the Vaishnava are the only means to elevate oneself to spiritual life. So these are the two things: chanting Hare Krishna, chanting the names of our Lord, and serving Vaishnavas, pleasing Vaishnavas. So these three things are the greatest. And this is what Srila Prabhupada has exhibited in his own life. He came in the Jaladuta boat. He says two things: I have faith in chanting the holy names of the Lord. I have faith in the instructions of my spiritual master. So basically, he is chanting Hare Krishna and trying to please his own guru. the instruction he has received. So pleasing to his own guru or pleasing to Vaishnava. So these two things, this is how Srila Prabhupada established this ISKCON society. So text 9. So here Lord's telling that he's the master and predominating factor of the internal energy. And all of the material world is sanctified just by the water that washed his feet. So Ganges water. He has the greatest respect for Brahmana and Vaishnava. So we should not disrespect any Vaishnava or any one of them. And Lord Shiva is carrying the Ganga water on his head. So let's go fast. Text 10 again. Again, the glories of Brahmana, Vaishnava, and defenseless creatures are mentioned. That Lord, these should be always protected. Cows, Brahmanas, women, children, and old men. So these are the weaker sections. So we should always have compassionate, always protect them. And if there's who don't do that, then Yamraj will come and catch them. So Srila Prabhupada writes that Yamraj are likened here to the vultures, and those who don't execute their duties in protecting their wards are compared to servants. And the vultures deal very seriously with serpents. Similarly, the messengers will deal very seriously if we neglect these class. Text 11. Now the example of Kubera also comes in this. So the Nal Kuber and Manigri pastime. So it's told that when a saintly person criticizes, when a saintly person, even if a shrap, curse, the Nal Kuber and Manigri did not do any and did not speak anything in the harsh words. They did not seek any revenge. So they understand that even the curse of the great devotees of the Brahmana is actually is nice in, they don't know at that time, but it is nice to make them a great devotee of the Lord. Similarly, when the Jai Vijay were also cursed, they did not speak any harsh word towards them. Imagine somebody is giving us curse, somebody is speaking us harsh word, and we don't say anything in return. What a great quality is this actually. If somebody tells us something, some wrong word, we'll tell them 5 wrong words in response. And here these great devotees are not uttered a word actually in response. They accepted. Similarly, Chitraketu Maharaj, Mother Parvati told him to become a demon. And he accepted with all his heart. These all pastimes of the Lord are telling all of us, how to deal in our own life, how to exhibit this behavior, how to not criticize and just accept. So this is the way of treating Brahmanas and Vaishnavas. They are the earthly representative of Narayana. In the last text 12, we can understand that how our Lord is always anxious to get his servitor back. So even though the Javita has fallen down, Lord wants them to come back as soon as possible. And even though they're in Vaikuntha, momentarily or accidentally they fall down, but Lord is always anxious to bring them back. It is just an accident. We should not. Javidaya is also a great devotee. They have been given in one with this service, and Lord is always ready to bring them back. So, in essence, basically, Lord is very, very merciful. He loves us so much. All of us. He has given us so much wonderful Sangha, association, holy name, nice prasadam. We have the best of everything. Nice people, nice prasadam. So much we have. So many loving devotees. So we should take that advantage and learn from these pastime the finer dealings, the finer dealings, or our consciousness. How finer, how loving Lord is, and how Lord loves his own devotees and Vaishnavas, and Sadachar, the principle of Sadachar, how to respond, how to reciprocate the Vaishnava Sadachar. And the Lord says in Bhagavad Gita also, Shapram bhavati dharmatma sasvak chantim naganchati konteya pratijanati name bhaktya paranashati. The Lord is declaring that my devotee will never perish. So this is all these things should give us more and more faith, more and more our faith should become very determined that Lord is there, He will protect us. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for a wonderful class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Ram, Hare